This is Ben from SoccerholicsTV, and I'm about to feature the standout game of the weekend. It's Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur. I'm at the Scotland Yard, the official supporters pub for Tottenham, located on the Esplanade, just south of the financial district here in Toronto. This game is massive for Spurs, who currently lie in 4th place and really need a win here today to keep chase with the other teams fighting for a Champions League spot next season. This game has all the ingredients to be an absolute cracker. So stay tuned right here as we present to you, the fans, match day 18 in the English Premier League, right here on SoccerholicsTV.
How big of a game is this for 4th place Spurs? Will this win, hopefully, kickstart you guys into a new run of form?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, we have Man City have an 18-point lead at the top. So, I mean, the Premier League is probably out of our grasp, so the best thing we can hope for is 2nd or 3rd.
Big game we'll see today, playing Man City away at the Etihad. They're obviously 15-game win streak, top of the table, 11 points clear. Can you break them today?
I'm hoping so. I think we've got to play really well. We've got to play fast-paced football, press them, and get at them. Just play our normal game, and I think we can take them on.
With David Silva out, for Manchester City, who is their new star player? Who's the man to watch for this match?
Well, the Man City have too many players to watch, to be honest with you, but Silva was the main midfield general giving the passes around. But you can't keep out De Bruyne here in this game. In a game like this, De Bruyne is going to be really difficult to play with.
Score prediction and who's going to be a standout player?
I think it'll be 2-1, and I think Kane will get the 2.
All right, Soccerholics, it's halftime here. 1-0 Manchester City. John, Alan, talk to me, guys. What do the Spurs need to do in the second half to get it back?
I think if they're going to be effective in the second half, they're definitely going to need to push the ball up and not getting it back to the goalie. They need to really put City on their heels. They're not doing that. The last 2 games, they won 2-0 and 5-1.
Yeah.
They did that because they were being progressive and proactive on getting the ball up to Kane, and they need to do that again today in order to beat City.
We're lacking muscle. We keep backpedaling. No one seems to have the courage to go into a tackle and win the ball. We're watching them and letting them dictate the pace of the game.
Adam, what's your take so far in the halftime? What Spurs can do in the second half to change this game at the Etihad?
Yeah, I think we've got off to a bit of a rough start. Giving up that goal, obviously. Setting. We're not playing at our full potential. We're not really setting up the pace of play like we like. I think we really need to attack more. I think we really need to try and kind of come in with that alpha personality that Spurs have been able to show in the past. And right now, I think they're kind of sitting back a bit too much, and they're not really controlling the game like they're able to.
Simple question: who's going to be the difference maker in the second half? Which player? For me, it's only because the little girl told me it's going to be Eriksen.
I would say, like most games, I would have to say probably Harry Kane scores most goals for Tottenham. It's got to be him. But I think the key difference, we just got to shut down Man City's offense because they've just been destroying us in our own half. But in the end, I think Harry Kane will be the difference maker.
Well, boys, unusual game there. Man City taking it to Tottenham 4-1. 16th consecutive win, going for another record, and now 14 points clear, top of the table, with a game in hand. Man U play tomorrow. Chris, what do you think about that game?
It's a good game. It's what you expect from City. Champions find ways out. They're tending to slow down. People are going to look at this game. Unfortunately, I would like to say Tottenham went more into the game than people would like to give them credit for. What unfortunately will not make the headlines is that what you're going to see is that City had dominant performance because of the scoreline, because people only watch the highlights. Tottenham were at full strength. I guarantee you that City is going to crack eventually, and that's not me being a hard-headed vote over the match and everything, but it's just the facts. I'm an Invincible supporter. The Invincibles were built differently than this City team versus having the ability to buy the best players like a FIFA or a PES. However, at the same time, We both love watching beautiful football teams being played, whether it's assembled through savvy tactics scouting, or in this case, savvy tactics scouting of who's the best players in the world or future best players in the world and throwing the money at it. City are now benefiting from that, and City fans have something to enjoy about. But seeing as we're talking about City, let's get the United fans' opinion on this.
Let's bring Harry in. Harry, I mean, like, it was 1-0 City, 60 minutes, then it all fell apart. Did Tottenham not show up today? Because they have the talent, don't they? They're just not doing well recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a fourth-place team against a team that could be an invincible team, right? They do look like they're going to be. I mean, will this team ever lose? City, I mean, this is Pep Guardiola being Pep Guardiola. We saw that he reached the 16-game winning streak mark. This is his third time reaching something like that level on his third different team. So, I mean, this is really Pep being Pep, City being City, sticking to what they're good at, which is dominating teams. I thought that Spurs put up a worse performance than United did against them, and I think it's a fair thing to say based off the scoreline, 4-1, whereas Man United put up two. I mean, it was a 2-1 loss to City. Either way, both teams got 0 points against a Man City team that's far and above the rest of the Premier League. We see that with the table. We've seen that with the performances. City's solid, and yes, I mean the Spurs didn't show up. Spurs are, you know, I think they are a Harry Kane team, right? They are as much as we'd like to say that they're a growing, developing, big time Premier League squad. They still rely heavily on Harry Kane, and so Harry Kane didn't show up. None of their other players showed up. Eriksen didn't show up really, and when you don't do that against City at City's home, it's gonna be basically a destruction. Yeah. And City just did that. Really, they're a great team.
Point to that. What you have to understand here is, as much as you are saying that this is a Harry Kane team, it is not a Harry Kane team. This is a team that's based off a 3-5-2 with two of their key players, Vertonghen and Sanchez, on the back. Okay, City were trying to replicate that through a 4-2-3-1, and you'll realize that with two of the goals, if you do watch the highlights closely, that Trippier is way out of position of where the third center back should be, and he is not adapting properly. Should he be playing alternate? You could play different players. I don't know what Pochettino could have did. He picked the team that he thought that could compete with City, and they did for the most part, in my opinion. For instance, if Winks isn't dribbling and he hits the ball correctly to Kane, different story. For instance, the combination chance, the early chance for Kane going in earlier. You can even say they're kind of lucky to still have Ali and Kane with those two respective challenges. But both cases were cases of the ref.
Spurs just weren't in it. When I mean Harry Kane, when I mean it's a Harry Kane team, obviously there are 11 other players, or there's 10 other players in the team. There's 11 of them, right? So it's obviously not a Harry Kane only team, but when Harry Kane wasn't playing for Spurs against United, 1-0. When Harry Kane's not scoring, where else is Tottenham's real serious goal threat coming from? Are they really banging goals left, right, and center without Harry Kane? Are they winning games when he's not playing? So I think it's fair to say, Harry Kane drives a lot of this team's attack. Tottenham's a good team. They're fourth place. You don't get there with one player, but when you're looking for a goal, when you're looking for a spark, this team wins with him on the field.
All right, valid points from both guys here. So Tottenham now 2 wins from their last 6 league games. We'll see what happens with them in the future weeks to come. I want to let all of our followers and viewers know that this will be our last episode for the year of 2017. We're going to take a break. We deserve it. We've been working hard to bring you some great coverage of all the supporters clubs in Toronto. Happy holidays to all the pubs, all of our followers. Chris?
I have something very special to say, guys, and I want you guys to say this. It's 250. I want to thank the Soccerholics community for allowing us to achieve our target of 250 subscribers this year on YouTube. I'm hoping to double that through the help and support of this Soccerholic team, and I want to give a special thanks out to Ben and Harry, the man behind the camera, and also the other guys that work behind the scenes, the pubs, the fans. You guys are all a part of this, guys.
Chris, we're gonna more than double that. I can guarantee you that. We need to keep our hopes up higher than that. We're gonna double 250 and then triple, quadruple those numbers easily, boys. We're gonna keep it going. But guys, from all of us at SoccerholicsTV,
yeah,
have a good holiday.
We'll see you in 2018. Cheers.